If you told me 6 months ago that I could turn any image into a Hollywood-style animation in just 60 seconds, I would have laughed. The world of AI video has been moving at light speed, but for the longest time, it felt like a private club for people with beastly computers and a PhD in confusing workflows. So if you've been sitting on the sidelines waiting for AI video to get less complicated, your wait is over. Midjourney put everything you need on their website, and I'm about to show you the entire process in just a few clicks. I've spent the last week running this thing ragged, generating hundreds of clips, and I'm going to show you how to turn your images into dynamic clips that look like they were pulled straight from a film. We're going from a single, static picture to a living, breathing animation. And the best part? We're not leaving the Midjourney website for a second. In the next few minutes, you'll discover how to create your first AI video from scratch. I'll walk you through setting up your account, choosing the right subscription, and, most importantly, the exact prompting techniques that separate amateur results from professional-looking animations. And this isn't some clunky, tacked-on feature. It is one of the most intuitive and powerful ways I have ever seen to create stunning cinematic motion. Anyone who's used Midjourney knows the drill has always been about Discord. And while it's powerful, let's be honest, it wasn't always the most welcoming place, especially for newcomers. The launch of their full-blown website was a massive leap forward, giving us a much more visual and organized way to create and manage our AI art. But the real revolution is the video integration. This is a brand new system, built from the ground up for their latest models, and designed for one thing: quality and ease of use. This is a huge deal for one simple reason. It opens up AI video creation to everyone. What used to be a three-step dance between Midjourney, a tool like Kling or Runway, and then a video editor, is now a one-stop shop. The technical barrier has been lowered so much that anyone with a Midjourney subscription can start making beautiful animations right now. This is just V1, but what it can already do is genuinely incredible. So, let's get into exactly how it works. What is Midjourney Video? Midjourney's video feature, officially called Image to Video, transforms static images into dynamic 5-second animations. Think of it as giving life to your artwork. Unlike other AI video tools, you can't generate videos directly from text. You need an image first, then animate it. Here's what makes this revolutionary. Midjourney generates videos in 480p, standard definition, but the quality is cinematic and stylized, maintaining the platform's signature aesthetic quality. First, head to midjourney.com and create your account. You can sign up using Google or Discord. I recommend Google for beginners as it's simpler. Now, here's the crucial part about pricing. Midjourney has 4 plans: Basic, $10 a month, Standard, $30 a month, Pro, $60 a month, and Mega, $120 a month. Video generation costs about 8 times more than image generation, so one 5-second video uses the same credits as 8 images. For beginners, I recommend starting with the basic plan to test things out. You get 3.3 hours of fast GPU time, which translates to roughly 200 image generations, or about 25 video generations. Navigate to the Create page where you'll see the Imagine bar at the top. This is where the magic happens. For video success, your initial image is everything. Image quality directly determines 80% of your final video effects. Here's a proven formula for video-ready images. Clear subject, a majestic lion. Specific environment, standing on a rocky cliff. Defined lighting, during golden hour. Composition note, cinematic wide shot. Type this exact prompt with me. A majestic lion, standing on a rocky cliff during golden hour. Cinematic wide shot, highly detailed. Now here you can customize your image and video settings. The first thing you'll notice is the image size section, where you can choose between portrait, square, or landscape formats. If you need something more precise, you can adjust the aspect ratio with a slider. This is helpful when you want your output to fit a specific platform or visual style. Moving over to aesthetics, this is where you can shape the overall mood of your creations. The stylization slider determines how artistic or abstract your results will look, while weirdness introduces more unusual, surreal elements. If you're looking for diversity in your outputs, the variety slider lets you increase how different multiple generations will appear. Think of this section as your creative dial. It's where you push Midjourney from realistic renderings to more experimental visuals. The model section lets you decide how the AI interprets your prompts. You can stick with standard mode for a polished and balanced look, or switch to raw if you want the output to stay closer to your literal instructions. There's also a drop-down to select the model version, such as V7, and you can toggle between standard and draft, with draft being quicker but less refined. Finally, under More Options, you can adjust performance and visibility settings. Speed gives you 3 choices: relax, fast, or turbo, depending on how quickly you want results and how much priority you need. With Stealth Mode, you can decide whether your generations remain private or show up in the community feed. Resolution can be set to SD for quicker, lighter renders, or HD for higher quality. If you're working with video, you'll also find a setting to control batch size, which influences how many frames or variations are produced. And hit Generate. Now, let's start with the easiest possible method: animating an image you already made. Go to your Create page, which is your personal gallery. Find an image you like. When you hover your mouse over it, you'll see a new shortcut button to animate. If you click to open the image fully, you'll see the Animate Image buttons right there under the usual options. They want you to see it. It's that accessible. When you choose the image, you get a few key choices. This is where you get to play director. You'll see options for auto and manual. Auto animate. This is basically the surprise me button. Midjourney looks at your image and decides for itself how to add motion. It's fantastic for quick experiments and can produce some truly wild and wonderful results with zero effort. Animate manually. This is where you grab the steering wheel. When you pick this, your image and its original prompt pop into the Imagine bar. Now you can add or change the text to describe the motion you want. For example, add wind blowing through the trees or subtle steam rising from a coffee cup. Next, you have the motion levels: low motion versus high motion. Think of motion low for subtle, graceful movements. This is perfect for quiet scenes, gentle zooms, slow pans, or delicate things like a slow blink or a faint smile. It creates clean, almost dreamlike results. Motion High is all about energy and drama. This will give you bigger camera moves, more obvious character actions, and dynamic changes in the scene. It's perfect for action shots or sweeping landscapes. A quick heads up, high motion can sometimes introduce a little weirdness, some warping or glitchy movement, but when it nails it, it's spectacular. Here's what nobody tells you. Use action verbs like walks, turns, rises, and temporal connections like then, while, suddenly for better results. For example, instead of "lion moves," try "the lion slowly turns its head toward the camera, then majestically walks forward." Here's where it gets even more powerful. As I mentioned earlier, you're not stuck with just Midjourney images. You can upload your own photos or artwork. At the top of the page, in that same Imagine bar, you'll see a little image icon. Click it. Upload a high-res image from your computer and then just drag it into the starting frame box. From there, the process is exactly the same. Add a prompt, pick your motion level, and bring your own photos to life. Once you hit go, the generation starts. Again, as I mentioned earlier, video takes more GPU time than a standard image. Currently, it's a noticeably larger chunk of your monthly quota. For that cost, Midjourney gives you a batch of 4 different video variations to pick from. All subscribers can generate video in fast mode, but only Pro and Mega Plan users can use Relax mode to generate unlimited standard def videos, which is a fantastic deal. All right, enough talk. Let's see what this thing can actually do. The secret sauce here is its ability to create motion that feels artistic and intentional, which has always been Midjourney's superpower. Take a look at this realistic portrait with a low motion prompt. Just notice the subtle shift in her expression, the way her eyes gently move. She feels alive, not just animated. Now, here's some wild, abstract art. With high motion, it becomes a swirling, hypnotic vortex of color. The AI isn't just sliding the picture around, it's interpreting the art and giving it a soul. Let's try a landscape, a peaceful mountain lake. With low motion, you get these gorgeous, subtle ripples on the water and clouds drifting lazily overhead. It's like a living photograph. But give it a high-motion prompt, like dramatic drone shot flying through the valley, and the whole scene explodes into a cinematic fly-through that would feel right at home in a blockbuster movie. And it handles different artistic styles with incredible grace. A Ghibli-inspired piece doesn't just get moved, it gets that hand-animated feel with boiling lines and painterly motion that respects the original style. From hyper-realistic people to fantasy creatures and complex buildings, the versatility is just staggering. It understands light, texture, and mood in a way other tools often miss. This is where Midjourney's art-focused DNA really shines. Once you've got the basics down, there are a few more tricks that give you even more creative power. First, and maybe most important, is the extend feature. Your first video is 5 seconds long, but you don't have to stop there. After your clip is made, you'll see options to extend it. Each extension adds another 4 seconds. And you can do this up to 4 times for a total of around 21 seconds. Just like before, you have Extend Auto to continue the current motion, or Extend Manual, which lets you change the prompt to introduce new actions or camera moves. This is how you can start building a tiny story, evolving a scene over time. Next up is the loop parameter. This is a game changer for making seamless, infinite videos, perfect for social media, website backgrounds, or animated logos. You can either use the loop button at the start, or just add -- loop to your prompt. The AI will try its best to make the first and last frames identical for a perfectly smooth cycle. Finally, for the real control freaks, just like RAW mode for images, adding -- RAW to your video prompt dials back Midjourney's default artistic opinion and makes the output stick much more closely to your text. Strengths, weaknesses, and the AI video landscape. So where does Midjourney's new video tool fit into the bigger picture? The strengths are crystal clear. Aesthetic quality. This is Midjourney's trump card. The videos have a cinematic, artistic vibe that other models can't quite match. Insane ease of use. The website integration is flawless. The workflow is so intuitive, from the one-click animate button to the manual controls. It is, by a huge margin, the easiest way to get into high-quality AI video.
But it's a V1 product, and it has some weaknesses.
The weirdness factor. Especially on high motion, the AI can still produce some melty, distorted, or slightly bizarre results. It can take a few tries to get a perfectly clean animation, especially with people or complex scenes. Aggressive moderation. Just like with images, the content filters can sometimes be a bit touchy. I've had completely harmless prompts blocked because the AI thought a character looked like they were in distress.
But Midjourney's ace in the hole remains its unique, artistic flair and the sheer speed of getting a beautiful result inside one ecosystem. Midjourney has successfully torn down the wall between static art and dynamic motion, making it ridiculously simple to create compelling animations. We have an incredibly easy tool that can turn any image into a captivating piece of art. It's fast, it's fun, and the creative possibilities are endless. The barrier is officially gone. Your imagination is the only thing holding you back now. If this guide helped you out, do me a solid and hit that like button. It makes a huge difference for the channel. And make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss the next deep dive into these amazing creative tools. I can't wait to see what you all come up with.